Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Monday Night Raw or Lone Day Night Raw. I am Gorilla Monsoon here with Trini Kwan and with Corey Graves. And today on Monday Night Raw or Lone Day Night Raw, we're going to see the TWF Women's Heavyweight winnings on the line. You know, when we see Angelina Love take on Asuka and Becky Lynch 3-on-1, or to say 2-on-1 freeway for the TWF Women's Heavyweight winnings. Gorilla Monsoon says, well, I'll tell you one thing right now. Trini Kwan says, Madison, we can tell you right now, Angelina Love, who is in her own right a former IW women's heavyweight fighter and has won at least more than once. So I don't see how this will be any unlikeness, Trini Kwan says. Well, I could tell you one thing right now, Corey Graves says. Angelina Love winning the TWF women's heavyweight winnings about three or four times, before that being the fifth time. She had to deal with Nikki Bella back in the day. Now she's dealing with a lot more women who are skilled, like Asuka and Becky Lynch. Not saying that Nikki Cross wasn't, not saying that Nikki Bella wasn't skilled, but she was. But that's who Angelina Love was dealing with at the time when she was the TWF Women's Heavyweight fighter. She was fighting Nikki Bella and Vicky Guerrero at the time. Well, we got them in the ring now. We got them in the ring now, Gorilla Monsoon says. And now here is the Fight Keeper, or the Fight Lord, whatever you want to call him. Looks like he's about to fall down, Trini Kwan says. Looks like wakefulness is not being his friend. Yeah, it doesn't look like that at all, Corey Graves says. Would you be earnest about that? Well, this is for the TWF Women's Heavyweight winnings. First, she is Asuka, and she is from Dawnland. She is Asuka, and she is from Ireland, whatever the English word for that land's name is, Becky Lynch, and she is the TWF Women's Heavyweight fighter, Angelina Love. Well, just to let you a little background to Angelina Love, she was in WWE back in 2008 YL to 2012 YL when she was in DSW. She went by the name of Angelina Williams, or Angel Williams at the time. Trini Kwan said, yeah, right off the front, Becky Lynch thinks she's going to get a win over Angelina Love, Gorilla Monsoon says. But that's not happening. Oh, Asuka just knocked down Becky Lynch. Trini Kwan said, say what you want to say about the WWE women or the IW women or the AW women. Say what you want to say, but I think the TWF women are as good. And now, Asuka taking down Angelina Love. Trini Kwan says, Asuka wants to become a 3-time TWF Women's Heavyweight fighter, Trini Kwan says. Yeah, she does. And Becky Lynch wants to win it back for the 3rd time, too. But right now, Angelina Love picking up Becky Lynch and body slamming her. And here comes Asuka. Becky Lynch picking up Asuka and body slamming her, too. Asuka's been taken down, so is Becky Lynch, Gorilla Monsoon says. Is Angelina Love going to win this here? Splash on Asuka. Splash on her. Wait a minute. Oh! Becky Lynch just knocked down Angelina Love and does the manhandle slam on Asuka. Angelina Love just knocked Becky Lynch right out of the ring and going down on Asuka here. 1, 2, 3. Here is your winner, and still the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter, Angelina Love. And it seems that Angelina Love is still the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter here today on Monday Night Raw, or a Monday Night Raw, Gorilla Monsoon said. Sorry for clearing my throat. Well, I could tell you one thing about all this, is that Angelina Love, would think that she's done very well for herself. She's still the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter, Trini Kwan said, beating out Asuka and Becky Lynch. Well, I can tell you one thing, Trini Kwan said, I can tell you one thing, I think Angelina Love got lucky when she beat Becky Lynch and Asuka here today on Monday Night Raw, or Monday Night Raw. Well, we know that Money in the Bank or Gal in the Box is coming up next month. We already got some wrestlers who are already in it, Gorilla Monsoon says. I believe that Bobby Lashley and I believe Bo Peep's in it. And I believe that Luke Harper is in it too, or is he Brody Lee now? My mistake. But I do know one thing, there's something going on here. Well, it's Ember Moon. Yeah, I'm Ember Moon. Go ahead and bitch. You AEW followers are gonna bitch and say, can't call me Ember Moon anymore. You gotta call me by my new name, Athena, now, or whatever. Alright. So, sorry, clear my throat. So, yeah, I'm a former... Fuck! Can't stand up. So, I'm a former WWE NXT Women's Heavyweight Fighter. And I know a lot of folks are going to say that WWE didn't do a lot with me during my time when I was on NXT, and when I went to Raw, and I went to SmackDown, and then back to NXT before I was let go. They're going to say a lot of things about me. Well, Ember Moon, you are Ember Moon, former WWE NXT Women's Heavyweight Fighter. What brings you here? What brings me here, Ember? I'll tell you what brings me here, Renee Young. I want to become the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. You know, a lot of folks are going to say that the WWE didn't know what they were doing with me. That I went from NXT to Raw to SmackDown, back to NXT again, not knowing what I was doing. But they did something right during my time there, because I was a former WWE NXT Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Asuka gave it up to me, and then I lost it to Shayna Baszler. And I don't know what happened. I went to Raw, things didn't work out. I was sent to SmackDown, didn't work out. Then I went back to NXT. I was working on becoming a two-time WWE NXT Women's Heavyweight Fighter before they let me go. Now, you can call me Ember Moon because that was my ring name. And the AEW followers are going to sob and say, don't call me by my full name, by my bondage name. Call me Athena now. Well, Athena, I'm Ember Moon, whatever. So, I want to fight Angelina Love, who I think is still in the IW to this day. Well, You'll get your luck, I guess. You'll get your time. Well, Renee Young, you can let me handle this here. Alright. So, Ember Moon, Athena, whoever you calling yourself, you just can't walk in here and bitch and then say, give me a shot. If you want to get a shot, you're going to have to work for it, Gil Kim says, like every other woman wrestler in the TWF. Oh, so, is that the way it's going to be? Well, if that's true, I won't mind taking you out first, Gil Kim. No, you're not going to be wrestling and fighting me. That's not going to happen. Well, it looks like it is all the time we got here for TWF Monday Night Raw or Lone Day Night Raw. I am Gorilla Monsoon for Trini Kwan and Corey Graves. We hope you like Monday Night Raw and we'll see, or Lone Day Night Raw, and we'll see you tomorrow for NXT 2.0.